Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, Madeira, a small island off the coast of Portugal. From the very beginning, his life was defined by struggle, ambition, and the extraordinary determination that would later make him one of the greatest athletes in the world. He grew up in a humble household as the youngest of 4 children in the Aveiro family. His father, José Dinis Aveiro, worked as a gardener and kit man for a local football club, while his mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos, worked as a cook and cleaner to help support the family. Times were tough, money was scarce, and there were days when Ronaldo's family struggled to make ends meet. Yet despite the challenges, the small boy from Madeira was already showing a spark of something unique. From a very young age, Ronaldo displayed an obsession with football that seemed beyond normal childhood interest. He would spend hours kicking a ball around the narrow streets of his neighborhood, often neglecting schoolwork and other duties. The ball became his escape, his passion, and his entire world. His friends and family noticed how he was always more committed to playing football than anything else. His mother recalled how she had to drag him home at night because he refused to stop practicing. The boy's skills quickly grew sharper, and his raw speed and natural instincts began to stand out even among older children. By the time Ronaldo was 8 years old, he joined the local club Andorinha, where his father worked. He impressed coaches with his explosive pace, technical ability, and fearless attitude. It didn't take long for him to move on to a bigger local club, Nacional, where his performances drew attention from scouts on mainland Portugal. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo made the life-changing move to Lisbon to join Sporting CP's prestigious academy. Leaving his home, family, and island behind was not easy for a boy so young, but his mother believed in his dream and allowed him to chase it, even though it meant they would be separated. Life in Lisbon was not simple for the young Ronaldo. He often felt homesick, cried at night, and missed his family deeply. To make matters worse, he faced bullying from some of his teammates because of his Madeiran accent and his background. However, Ronaldo used this pain as fuel. Instead of giving up, he trained harder than anyone else. His incredible dedication became obvious as he stayed behind after practice to perfect his dribbling, shooting, and free kicks. Coaches began to notice his discipline and obsession with improvement. By the time he was 14, Ronaldo had convinced his mother to let him pursue football full-time, and she agreed, seeing the extraordinary potential her son carried. At 15, Ronaldo faced a major setback when he was diagnosed with a heart condition that required surgery. The news shook his family and threatened to derail his budding career. But Ronaldo's resilience showed once again. He underwent. Cristiano Ronaldo's move to Juventus in 2018 was seen as both a bold challenge and a natural next step for a player who had already conquered England and Spain. At the age of 33, many footballers begin to decline, but Ronaldo's condition and determination suggested he still had much to offer. Juventus, a club with a strong domestic record but long deprived of European success, signed him with the hope that he would be the missing piece to secure the Champions League. The transfer fee of over €100 million for a player in his 30s raised eyebrows, yet Ronaldo quickly silenced doubts with his performances on the pitch. From his very first matches in Serie A, Ronaldo adapted to the Italian league, known for its tactical defenses and slower pace compared to La Liga. His versatility, experience, and instinctive positioning allowed him to thrive. He scored 28 goals in all competitions during his first season, helping Juventus win another Serie A title. One of the defining moments of his Juventus career came against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, when Juventus needed to overturn a 2-0 deficit from the first leg. Ronaldo rose to the occasion with a stunning hat-trick in Turin, almost single-handedly dragging his team into the quarterfinals. That night reinforced the idea that he was a player made for the biggest moments. Over the next 3 seasons, Ronaldo remained Juventus's most important player. He won back-to-back Serie A titles and continued to break records, becoming the fastest player in the club's history to score 50 goals in the league. He also became the first player in history to score at least 25 league goals in a single season in Serie A, La Liga, and the Premier League. Despite his individual brilliance, Juventus fell short in their Champions League ambitions, exiting in earlier stages than expected. For Ronaldo, who measured success largely by European trophies, this was a source of frustration. On the international stage, Ronaldo's influence continued to grow. In 2019, Portugal lifted the inaugural UEFA Nations League, with Ronaldo playing a decisive role. In the semi-final against Switzerland, he scored a remarkable hat-trick, once again proving that even as he aged, he remained a player who thrived under pressure. His tally of international goals steadily climbed, bringing him closer to becoming the all-time leading scorer in men's international football. Every match with Portugal became an opportunity for him to rewrite history. By 2021, change was on the horizon again. After 3 years in Italy, Ronaldo decided it was time for another chapter. Speculation about his future swirled throughout the summer transfer window, and many believed he might join Manchester City. In a dramatic twist, however, Manchester United swooped in to bring their former star back to Old Trafford. The return was met with an outpouring of emotion from fans who remembered his glory days at the club. Ronaldo's second debut for United, against New